What's going on, YouTube? Leisure here once again. This time at you again with some more, what game is this again? Genshin? I still play that? Oh, looks like I do. I want to talk about Genshin Impact. It's been a while since I've talked about Genshin Impact when it comes to like on a meta level and talking about different things like that in teams, but I have been having so much fun with Neuvillette. I actually pulled him on a whim, got him on the first 10 pull, not bragging, but I've gotten him and he has been, oh God, and he talks a lot. I got it on mute for you guys, but for me, he's talking a lot. Neuvillette has been a blast. No pun intended. He's been great. I've had a lot of fun with him and he's so versatile that he's good on different teams. But the fact of the matter is I'm noticing that people haven't really been talking about some of the best teams that he works on. And one of his best teammates. And that brings me to my girl Dehya. Dehya, I think we're seeing is having a comeback. Oh, and just a heads up guys, right now I'm going to be away for a couple weeks. So the quality of my videos might dip a little bit if you guys didn't see previous videos. But I'm going to be back soon, towards the end of October. And then we'll be back in full effect. But I didn't want to talk about this while I'm gone. Dehya, there's a hint of copium in this here, right? Because it's been like, what, 8-9 months since she released. And expecting now is finally her redemption arc. It's quite a long time, a little bit overdue. But the fact of the matter is, I think that it is here and it is upon us. Because I think that right now, Dehya is one of Neuvillette's best teammates. And I haven't heard anybody talking about it. And like, she's really good with him, like really good. So like, I'm kind of confused why nobody's been talking about it. And I've been trying to leave the whole meta talk and the best teams and so on and so forth, you know, and focus on Star Rail when it comes to that. But the fact of the matter is, it's bothering me and I need to talk about it, all right? And I think she's only gonna get better in the future once Furina comes out. But let's first talk about why she's good with Neuvillette, right? Because the thing with Neuvillette is, we know that with his C1, right, with Neuvillette C1, he basically gains interruption resistance, and it allows him to be able to get his draconic stacks easier. But if you can give him interruption resistance, and you can get him to have all his draconic stacks, then that constellation is not too necessary. And Dehya makes that possible, because with Dehya, she gives him interruption resistance with her E, right? Which is great. She mitigates some of that damage so he doesn't get one shot or hit too hard or anything like that. And he heals himself too, so that's good too, right? And it also gives some reactions too that can lead him up to the draconic stacks. Because right now the team that you see here, I think is his best team. It's him, right? Cookie, Nahida, and Dehya, right? And I think this is a perfect team. Now, granted, Traveler can be used in place of Nahida. EM Riding can be used in place of Cookie. But Dehya is irreplaceable in this team, at least from what I've done, right? Because even if you try to use Young Link, she's not giving the interruption resistance. She has energy issues and so on and so forth. Whereas Dehya, this is her E, and she's good to go, right? To explain how this works is that you apply some Hydro and you apply Electro Charge when you have Cookie and you bring her out, right? You use Cookie's E and Q and then she gets the Electro Charge going. Then you bring out Nahida and she, you know, puts her mark on everybody and then Qs. So she's able to raise the EM and everything like that. And she applies very strong Dendro. You know, yeah, she does her spreads because Cookie's applying that, but also to allows her to put on blooms when Neuvillette starts going, right? And then Dehya, what she's doing is she comes out, she puts down her E, and now she's applying the interruption resistance. She is now proccing Pyro, which attaches Nahida's Dendro, which also applies burning. And then when Neuvillette comes and starts blasting, he is going to apply Vaporize, and he's going to apply Blooms. And those blooms are going to explode with versions with Dehya's skill procs, right? So that's working really well for her. That's working really well. It works perfectly. I've tried it out with different teams that Neuvillette can do, and it's just performed better. It's just performed better. So I do think that with a C0 Neuvillette, this is going to be the best way to go. Of course, when Furina comes, might be a different story once you have the C1 and stuff like that. But the fact of the matter is, right now, Dehya is going to be a top pick, and I think they did that on purpose. But then when we talk about afterwards, and I don't want to get too much into leaks, but afterwards, based on what I've seen of Furina's kit, all right, I do think that when we, instead of using Burgeon Dehya, using a hyper carry Dehya or a DPS style type of Dehya, she's going to go very good with her, because Dehya is also somebody like the Fontaine characters that is constantly losing HP consistently, increment after increment. She's constantly doing that, and then there's no issue in healing her back up too, which is completely fine there too, right? That is not an issue. So when you're paired with somebody like Furina, based on how her kit is looking, this is going to be another great match. It's going to allow Dehya to hit harder than she could before, and she's getting the Hydra application off field too. I do, and who knows what else we're going to be getting within Fontaine, but I do feel, I'm starting to get that idea that Dehya was made with the fact of Fontaine characters in mind. And now that we're getting them, I'm starting to see the more advantages as we go. And I'm hoping that even more characters come out that make this even more so a reality, because I love Dehya, I really do. And I'm really hoping that she does get more positive attention, because she's a very fun character to play. She just doesn't hit hard, and that's really her main problem, right? And I kind of wish her defensive capabilities were a little bit more like certain somebody in Star Rail, but that's besides the point. But yeah, the fact of the matter is, I think Dehya is here making a comeback, and I love to see it, and I can't wait to see more. So for those of you who do love Dehya, rejoice. Put her on the team with Neuvillette, you know, put her on the team with Furina, and just watch this fireworks, just watch the fireworks go off. All right, guys, that's the kind of idea I wanted to give to you guys right now. Like the video if you like the content. Comment your thoughts down below. What do you guys think? Have you tried out Dehya and Neuvillette together before? And are you excited to put her with Furina based on what we've seen of Furina? And yeah, so comment your thoughts when it comes to that, and subscribe to the channel so you get more content like this. With that, I'll end it here. Legend out.